time and time again. This time around, though, it will slip through. Control El Cielo is not one of their favorites. Boston at 6-2 is a phenomenal record. Big Wake and Nero, big numbers on this map typically. If Optic can shut them down, they've got a good chance.
Shotzzy already moving, as we pretty much expect him to do at all times here. He has slipped the net, he has found his way into the spawn, he's currently setting platform, and he's gotten the first kill. And that is a very aggressive start already. They're going to be looking to get points onto it as Dash will find one. Vivid trying to slow them down to spawn for the reinforcements of Boston start to appear.
Good rush out here from the side of Optic immediately. Beanso will find one, possibly shut down Duke here as well, but he's the only one who can answer for Optic Texas, but we'll keep that pressure on. Importantly there for Hook, he could have been just there to soak up more time. Nero will eventually deal with him, but that forces Boston back, allows Shotzzy to find himself in this position.
And this is where they're going to excel. Puke and Shotzzy will just run rampant. On the other side of it, you can see Viv and Nero try to shut them down, and then the big fights. Ghosty, Beans, Awakening, and Dashy will throw those long-range haymakers across the map. And Puke, well, that's about the easiest kill you're ever going to find. He continues to move, trying to be a problem for Boston.
Not a great start for Optic, but it takes one wave of kills for this to work out in your favor. They know where Beans is. Does he find anything? Well, no, it's his teammate, and then 2 more kills, Dashy and Ghosty. Something for the crowd to get loud about. Progress at A is going very quickly. I think Boston Breach may well have to give this one up. That time will be extended. B now the objective for the side of Optic Texas to try and get a hold of. The first attack around will be good, and 2 kills falling their way.
You are right, it takes one break, one opportunity, get everything you ever wanted. But for Optic, they find A, but it is a long road to B. Ghosty's going to be here first, trying to make sure he can get those reinforcements off the map. Boston Breach looking for him, trying to find him. Eventually, he will take him down, but Optic still have the momentum. They are taking map control and trying to keep Boston on the back foot.
And that's the important thing. Boston Breach are not even past the 30-yard line, never mind the 50. It's a slow and steady race down the side of the field. Dashy will find a big gunfight onto Beans. Boston Breach have been on the back heels ever since Optic found a way into A. Shotzzy now putting the pressure on towards the spawn. This is dangerous now for Boston. But if you're Optic, you need to push down the right-hand side of the map. Force Boston to spawn where they're spawning now. They can get rid of Beans. This is looking good.
Shotzzy staying alive, looking for them coming off the respawn as well. He's been stunned, he's been naded, he's still alive, he's still running away. They're getting on the point, the first tick is in. Shotzzy playing this like a man meant to, born to play Call of Duty. As that second tick rockets through, another kill for Shotzzy, a 5 streak, an almost 6 streak for Shotzzy! And he will get it, he'll get the cruise, they'll get the point, and Optic draw first blood in the control.
Massively important that they managed to find that one. Optic have really been struggling, really on the slaying side of things when it's come down to control. No problem there. 9-3 from Shotzzy to kick off the round. It's a 6 spree. We'll get to see the latter stages of it. The shots through the tarpaulin here. Beans was dead to rights as he finds a way through. There's the round. Optic advantage.
And it was beautiful. We said it. Puke and Shotzzy will try to be pains. Setting it up, keeping them disjointed, not allowing Boston to really set up for it. They never got green control. They could never get through field. They were just digging Shotzzy out like he is unbelievable. An 8 and will eventually fall to Nero. But they are going to have to watch him every single step of the way as Boston now try to strike their own blow.
A step back. It's Boston, as you said. Oh my goodness. That got scary for a little second. Nero puts the bullets into Dashy. Vivid will eventually finish that one up. For Optic now, it's about making sure you have that mid-map control. That's something Boston never had in that previous round. Yet to get it now if you're Optic, of course, as well. Those couple of kills from Vivid have helped Boston get themselves into that position. They just continue for Vivid here. 4 spree now, and the transition over towards B is happening very quickly too. Nero may well be getting time for Boston. They've got their eyes on the bigger prize. Not going to happen this time around. They may well have to settle for A. They can even get that.
Now Nero, just alone, surrounded. Will find the fight still, but Beans with another team kill. The most unfortunate of the timing. Vivid should be able to clean this one up though as they try to get the pressure back on the way. Get this clock stopped, get those ticks in. But Optic have the upper hand. Right now, Boston are back in spawn.
Optic yet to win a control here at the major. Sitting at 0-4, 2-7 in rounds. It has been their least favorite mode, but right now they're looking to go 2-0 up. 20 seconds now for Boston to find a break. Look at the bar. We'll find one into Nero. Now he's potentially going to be on the fly for an A push that is inevitably coming on through. Shotzi from the front. Can he find another? It's upset from Shotzi. Vivid sent to the Shadow Realm, but Beans and Nero are here to still keep this pressure on. 9 seconds, Boston have got to go.
They do not have the bodies. One push from Optic could break them. Hugh staying alive, ready for it. Awaken, find it, but it doesn't matter. Still here. Beans on Overwatch. The rest of Optic will pile through the bottom. Hugh flying again. Vivid will fall. The time will tick. Boston comes down from on high, but it's no good. One tick. That's all Boston found. As Optic Gaming look to continue. And I'm fairly certain, Hun, you said if they're going to win this match, you'd get that Optic KO, right?
That was not what I said.
I think you said it.
You said something about me shaving my eyebrows if London won it. Well, Optic made sure that that didn't happen, so maybe. So maybe. 2-0 now for Optic, and I think importantly what you mentioned towards the end of that round. One tick for the side of Boston Breach, who've just not been able to keep up. 3-9 Awakening, 6-9 Beans. The ARs have been dealt with by Shotzi, who is 17-7 right now. Here we go. Optic Texas now on the route over towards A. This could potentially be something. They get under their belt, they get it done and dusted nice and quickly. Boston have not really had a lot of pressure going forward. Nero in those sort of positions, though, is something they need to find consistently if they want to find something here in this control.
Yeah, both teams actually throwing their fast SMGs the other side of the map. Ready for it, but here he is, the smooth criminal himself. Looking to keep on moving, finds another one. 18-7. Never stop, never rest. And he's waiting for the reinforcements to come. Hugh on the other side of the map. They are just being problems for Boston, who cannot keep a lid on these players, eventually shutting them down. But Shotzi's still alive, still running around, still finding more kills. Does not stop. Taped that sprint button forward. And now it slows down.
And it's a wonder as to know why Shotzi and Optic Texas are not great at this map. You think of players like Hydra, you think of players like Pred, they absolutely thrive in these situations. You get him into the middle of El Asilo and you get him frying A. Now over towards the side of Optic Texas. It's pretty much a guaranteed defensive round.
Do it again.
For the side of Optic, if we do go to a fifth, they want to close it in 3. Shotzi 4 in a row, make it.
Oh!
My goodness, Nero. Gets good by Ghosty, yes. But Boston have never really arrived here on El Asilo so far. They need to start extending out. They need a good wipe of kills. But they haven't been able to find everyone of Optic Texas. This time around, they will. A good opportunity for Boston to set themselves up.
Best thing here for Optic at the moment is whatever happens, if it goes to a round 5, they have the ticks. Still a long way to go to that point, though. Optic will continue to put the pressure on here, trying to find a way forward. We've said it a million times, they just need a break in the defense, they need a wipe, and this could be over. Vivid fighting for his life as nades explode around him. And it's a huge 2 kills, and Optic are here. Boston are falling back, they are relying now just on Beans, the only player in position, but he is taking bullets from everywhere. They are looking to shut it down as Hughes finds it. Optic are on the point, that first tick is ricocheting through. Like a freight train, they fear the despair. And maybe, just maybe, Boston hold for a second on the back of Nero, the hero.
Wow, Nero in the middle of the map has just went absolutely massive for Boston. And because Optic found those kills in a staggered sort of manner, Boston were able to get there in good numbers. Big kill coming in from Dashi as Boston trying to force their way out. Looking towards the lives, remind you of that one, they're pretty much tied up. We're very, very even. Beans will find one, a little bit of respite for Boston now. But can they find a way to keep this Optic Texas wave at bay now? Beans will find one at the shots, 18 seconds to go. It's looking like they're going to close this one out as Hook will get dealt with. Ghosty's the only one to answer. And with 12 seconds, this would take something monumental from Optic to close this out in 3.
They're sending in the rookie. Ghosty is the furthest forward. 4 seconds left. They are going to have to shut this one down. Shots are going to go there as well. Ghosty will be on the point. Dashi will find a kill. Vivid will answer back, and he finds 2. And that will stop this round in its tracks. A little ray of sunlight there for Boston. A little bit of sprinkling on the cake, but it is not the full meal. It is just a round. They now have to do the difficult job of finding the attack twice. They do not have the ticks to get defense. They have to find 2 attacks. Optic just have to stop one of them.
And that is the problem. That last attack from Boston left a lot to be desired. They now need to find 2 of them in a row. Nero really is arriving here, though, sitting at 14-9, but finding some good kills. Awakening has not had a good series. 7-13, you expect much better numbers out of him, but just cannot deal with the pressure that Optic are putting on him. Vivid and Nero, though, finding a couple of kills. Good start here for Boston in round number 4.
Vivid trying to get position to see if he can take any of these reinforcements down, but there are players from Optic moving into a better position as the seconds tick by. They're looking for it. Shotzi will get gunned. Vivid trying to stay alive. He's got Ghosty looking for him as well. Nero putting the pressure on, and while Vivid's on 5, Boston haven't really got what they would want from this. And Shotzi runs into him again. The cruise missile, this time in his pocket.
Yeah, Vivid just playing his life here, playing the kills. Get a hold of that cruise missile and also just cut off the reinforcements. Look how many members of Optic are actually having to concentrate on Vivid. Continuously frying. Now they can make their way over towards it. Nero and the rest of the gang ready and waiting. Awakening will take down Shotzi, who doesn't really have much help. Hook gets snapped onto by Nero, but stays alive as well, backs down. Optic wanting to be full force to try and retake it here.
And all that time, Boston brought from Vivid has only got them a tick and a half. They will get their second tick in maybe as Vivid sprays down the doorway. But Optic are here in numbers. They do not want to give this one away now. Vivid looking for Dashy. Ghosty backing up as well. Eventually the kills will come through. Shotzi and Beans trading. It is A to Boston. 1 minute 48 on the clock. Can they find B?
And Ghosty does the right thing there. As soon as they lose it, he stays alive, pushes forward. You can see Boston Breach how slow they're being because they know there will be somebody lingering on their flank. That right now is Ghosty. On the front foot, though, is Nero. Trying to find some kills towards the point. Awakening will find one, but keep an eye on Ghosty again. He's played his life so well. We'll find one into Awakening. He's the ace in the hole for Optic now as the pressure comes in towards B.
Nero just stopping this for a few seconds. Vivid finding each other towards the back. Long
Good lord!
Nev. And Hugh gets hit. Shotzi having to call in the missile. Having to make sure that they get enough breath into this one. All the tacticals will go through. The rest of Boston get out of the point. First tick in. More kills for Boston. Beans will find a second, but nobody's on that point at the moment. They're just playing for life control.
But the important fact here for the side of Boston, they get rid of Ghosty behind them and he can't do much about it now. Boston just have every single direction covered but in front of them, which is where Optic Texas are now going to start coming from. Nero trying to stay alive on the point. He's been absolutely frying. Force free for him. Pressure still in. Boston one took away from tying up the control. Nero in the point, who can answer back with one, can't find any more. Optic are so staggered, and Boston are surely sending us to round number 5.
Dashy gets traded. That tick is rocketing in. Shotzi tries to be the hero, and he finds 2. That shouldn't have happened. They had it, but Boston let it go. A minute left. Advice and lives all in favor of Boston Breach. But it doesn't always come down to that.
A lot of map control was lost, but Nero's confidence has not wavered. Over towards this attacking side, he's just been killing everything he sees. More pressure in here now for Optic to deal with. Dashy will be the only one to find one. Hook with another from the railings, and they just keep punching. But Awakening finds the final kill. You gotta go if you're Dashy. Can you get in? No, you cannot. It's a round number 5 that we see.
And oh my goodness, Boston, they played the killing game. It forced Optic to be a little bit more austere with their lives. Vivid and Nero may be the difference.
Absolutely Vivid on that streak towards the beginning. 7 in a row, matching Shotzi as best as he can from those first 2 rounds. I want to say that, did Vivid even use that? I can't even remember. I know Shotzi used his, so bear that in mind as we head into this final round. It will, of course, be the attacking round for Boston Breach again. Both teams finding attacks and defenses on this El Asilo control.
Well, we said it. Boston will have to win 2 attacks. Optic have to stop 1. They failed on the first. And they find it this time as well. Nero continuing to try and do something for them at the moment. Boston slow again. They know Dashy is up top. It is a power position. It is a nightmare to get them out of it. Beans and Awakening trying to do just that.
With Dashy now being pressured, Awakening will find Ghosty and Dashy. And now there's an opening for Boston Breach to find something over towards the A side. Here come Optic.
Hugh somehow managing to shoulder that perfectly and getting away with it. Nade being thrown through as well. Hugh will eventually find Beans. Optic stop the bleed for a second. Nero knew. Nero was checking every single corner, ready for Hugh and Shotzi, but it's no good. He checked and it still didn't work out. Shotzi, superpowers activated, finds a kill on the flank, and that's all he does. Runs around in circles and guns people.
Nero finding an important one onto Shotzi there. Boston haven't had any map control, haven't had any objective control either throughout the majority of this. Ghosty find a kill into Vivid over towards that side of the map as well. 8 attack has to be the role here for Boston Breach, but Hook and Ghosty shutting them down. 25 seconds. Optic trying to take the lead in this series once more.
And this is the problem. You've got to dig Hugh out. You've got to find Shotzi every time they keep flanking. They are putting Boston back. 18 seconds left to go. Optic have done a marvelous job so far. They just have to hold. And Hugh on the flank once again. He should be able to find maybe one. And Beav is alive somehow. Dash on the other side. Hugh has to back off. He's waiting for this cruise missile. The second tick is in at A.
Progress here for Boston, but it's do or die in this control. Vivid holding it down. Shotzi to the rescue though, is it? He finds 2 on the point. Can he find another? Dashy with 1. As Beans answers back. Beans has got to get in the point. He's got to slow it down. He needs the rest of his team to be here for him.
Oh, and Dashy beams the first. Dashy does not beam the second though. Beans will get him. And they're trying to get it. Hugh does not want to let this one go. He flies